We know that this tariff issue was a 10% tariff on any nation protecting the sovereignty of Greenland. I want to ask Dr. Khosrows, as you were hearing Norman Floyd Burns about this very issue, Donald Trump, I know, it plays a very push and pull tactic regarding all the issues out there. What is your take regarding Donald Trump and his visit to Davos in Switzerland?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me go back to the prelude of the situations. As you know, why that Donald Trump became so much interested of the Greenland? If we go back to the couple of the years, one of the friends, when Trump was not the president, he was a real estate businessman, as you know. So he is thinking how to make his money. Then his friend says, by doing some real estate in your country, it will not bring back, your fortune will be favored to you.
Right.
And you will not be the national hero. Only thing is that if you expand your real estate business to the Europe, then one is given the boost. An unexplored event was the Greenland. And he wrecked the Greenland and it pushes in mind. But that time he was normally in the chair. So it was too early for him to give the invasions to the Greenland. But after second times when he was in the Thorn, he was in the very much capable and he was completely in his chair. That time he brought the new idea, especially after the successful military invasion in the Venezuela, successful in terms of his military occupations.
Right.
He became more confident. And the double is that for the Venezuela, the European Union had the psychological support, the Israel having the psychological support. In the Gaza, there are the European Union has the psychological support. In the others are the psychological support. But in the Greenland, the thing is that it is within the Europe and the very much vicinity of the Denmark. Naturally, the invasion is bit complicated, both from the dramatically, both from the diplomatically, both from the ethically and the both. So one brother is fighting against the other brothers because who having the good land. So things
Correct.
is not that much easy for the Trump as it was easy for the other countries.
Dr. Khosrows, as I'm sure you were listening to of course, Norman Floyd Burns' analysis on Donald Trump, and the whole fact that he is calling his own members of the departments, regardless of whatever position, the federal chair too slow. He's being polite on not calling him retarded. So, of course, that is important, but I want to have a shift of a dialogue here. The Gaza Board of Peace,
Okay.
in which Benjamin Netanyahu is invited, in which the Kremlin leader Vladimir Putin is also invited, in which Putin says that Russia could pay almost $1 billion from frozen assets for membership in Trump's Gaza Board of Peace. So the situation in Gaza, 80,000 killed, 500,000 people injured, widespread displacement, no living conditions present inside Gaza. And of course, because of these conditions, people's lives are at risk. Your observations would be enlightened.
Okay, thank you. Let me share one experience when I was the United Nations peacekeepers in the Africa. I had been in the Congo. The thing is that what happened in the Congo, it was 200 years back, it was captured by the Belgium. What is the logic to make it a colony? The Belgium said the Congo is unexplored, uncivilized, unsecured. So, like the Aesop's tale, while taking the lamb's feast, it is his fault. Same, Belgium blamed the Congo not to be civilized. So, he himself became the model, that means the king, local language, and give the solution to capture the land and make them civilized. Same goes on the part of the Greenland. What is their logic? They said Greenland, if they not keep control the Greenland, it will be captured by the Russia, like the Ukraine. This illogic, it might be captured by the China. Same goes on the Gaza. Listen, as we know, the Jewish people are already spread throughout the world, and after Second World War, there is no place for them to have their own land. The Palestine was so brotherly, so friendly, so fatherly, they invited, by the Balfour's Law, you might be knowing, They said, yes, you may come and have your own land. So they become the volunteer to be the host, and the overnight when they come together, they have their own land, they change their voices, and they become the aggressors against those who give you the shelter. And gradually, due to that global diplomacy, the Jewish people having the more aligned to the US peoples, and they're the vice versa.
Right.
And naturally, the US people are more confined to the Jews, and naturally, the things become the reverse. On the other hand side, what was the expected? The Arab peoples having their moral obligation to shelter the Gaza people. That is supposed to be.
That is how the natural reaction is supposed to be.
Exactly, supposed to be. But we observed that only the bookish terminology gives some words. But there is no military invasion, no logistic supports, no medicine, no child supports, or anything happened. So what happens in the Egypt, not Libya, not Syria, not Iran, not Iraq, not Arab Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, none. As I token participation was merely showing off. Right. But it is a politically solving issue, not the military solving issue. Because the military invasions and counter invasion is going since more or less 100 years, but yet to have the solution. The history repeats. And ultimately solution, again, for any geopolitical aggressions, the only solution is the political solution by both of the parties. Military invasion may have that time being solution. But repeatedly, we see that after the ceasefire, again, yesterday you might have the news, right. 3 journalists was killed. The journalists are above the law. They are the boundless, like the doctors.
Over almost 500 journalists has been killed ever since
Can
October
you imagine?
7th.
So journalists have no protection. So what about the other peoples? So I come again, there is the 2 victory. One is ethical victory, one is military victory. Apparently, Netanyahu may be the victory, apparently, but ethically all the people who having the conscience, they have all their psychological,
who have
moral
eyes
and
and ears
ethical
can
support
definitely say that he is a genocidal mass murderer.